their time diving deep into the science behind gravity. Others indulge in the argument of relativity. Most spend their days questioning their existence. I, on the other hand, spend my days pondering the ever-questioned answer of success. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, how on earth this started? Well, I've always been interested in business, CEOs, billionaires, and entrepreneurs. And having an accountant as a father never made that a questionable interest. I began looking at the common trend between these topics and found that it was obviously success. Then came the questions of, what is the key to success? And what makes people successful? And I found that what these people's success has in common was that it was determined by perseverance and sticking to one goal, one activity. Okay, so I thought, so this must be one of the keys to success. Now, therefore, obviously started to look at my own life to see where I could implement this theory. And I saw that I was pouring my energy into many different activities, not just one. I play touch rugby, soccer and netball. I dance in and out of school. I do lots of community service, and I'm on the board of my community service club at school. I'm in the Arts and Culture Committee at school. I love public speaking. Exhibit A. And my home lies on the stage, where I get involved in many school productions. I'm actually currently rehearsing for my school's annual play, Rock of Ages, where I have a lead role. And I take physics, which alone is enough to tire one out. And therefore, if you hadn't just realized, I have many interests and habits, and I distribute my energy equally amongst them all. I don't have one single goal. I aim to be equally successful in all my activities. But does this suggest I won't be successful? As it goes against the success trend, that success is sticking to one goal, one activity. In South Africa, we have to start thinking about what degree we want to do and what we want to do after school. And of course, naturally, I want to be successful in whatever I pick. But then how do I determine what I want to do if success is supposed to be about one single thing? And I, without sounding like a total brag, have so many things that I'm involved in and good at. Teens are often told that we need to focus on one thing, stick to that one thing, and keep at it in order to be successful. We are told that certain hobbies we have outside of those disciplines do not matter because they won't get us anywhere. We are supposed to pick one passion and stick to it. Now, as much as I agree with the determination part, I absolutely beg to differ with this statement. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Marissa Mayer, arguably some of the most successful people to have ever lived. For those of you who don't know these people, Bill Gates is a software developer, most commonly known as a co-founder of Microsoft. Warren Buffett is the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, and Marissa Mayer was the CEO of Yahoo. Now let's substitute these people into our success equation and see what the outcome is. Bill Gates, a top software developer of a top software company. Most would assume he spends his free time on technology, with technology, or at least something to do with technology. However, he spends his free time doing hobbies he claims old-fashioned. He is an avid bridge player, loves playing tennis, and reading a favorite pastime. Now, I know what you're thinking, because trust me, I thought the same. But he admits that without these hobbies, he'd be nowhere. Without these hobbies giving him an escape, he wouldn't have been able to focus so well on improving and creating his trillion-dollar company. Warren Buffett, the Berkshire Hathaway CEO, loves playing the ukulele, and without that, who knows where he'd be. The former Yahoo CEO told San Francisco magazine that she's always loved baking in her free time. She says she takes a practical approach to cooking and has created a spreadsheet analyzing cupcake and frosting recipes. And her direct quote was, "My hobbies actually make me better at work. They help me come up with new and innovative ways of looking at things." So if this doesn't prove that seemingly unrelated activities and interests contribute to success, I don't know what will. In order to find your passion, what you're good at and what you love, you need to try many things. No one, and I mean no one, knows what they like or will excel at until they try it. When I was younger, my mother had one very strict rule. The rule was that I was not allowed chocolate. Her theory was that if I don't taste it, how would I ever crave it, and therefore how would I ever become an unhealthy eater? Which makes perfect sense in theory. Until one day I went to my best friend's house and her mother came out with 6 pieces of this brown substance for us each. I will make the ending very short. I, Arianne Kirkel, am the biggest chocoholic most have ever seen. Point is, had I not tried the chocolate, I would never have known how much I enjoyed it. And the same goes for your passions and interests. So having many interests is actually important. We need intersections to solve problems in our modern world. We need to know how to use both an encyclopedia and Google. We are at a turning point and we need to combine disciplines. Don't let anybody tell you not to pursue a random interest just because it doesn't relate to your academic path. You never know if it could contribute a great way to your path or even become your new one. You never know how that may help you achieve success.